Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm here 365 days of the year, yes, to take your political questions out of the chat. So just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America, feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. And when I say 10%, I don't mean 10% of the profit. I mean 10% gross. So before expenses, before anything, 10% goes to Feeding America. And we have epic troll slayers who keep us safe. We have a fantastic community because of you, because of how kind you are to each other and how kind you've been to me. Thank you. All right. And if you're watching this on replay, hello. You can go down the description box. All the questions are listed out there, and I timestamped them as I go. So we're going to jump in. It is Eclipse Day, and which has basically already happened. But so we have some questions about the effect of it and what have you. But the upshot is, do you know how many eclipses you've lived through in your life? A lot. 2, 3 every year. Just solar eclipses, then you add on lunar eclipses, then you add on. You're good. We're good. Yeah. Ricky says, and the star of the show, the inspiration behind the Michael Jackson classic album, Thriller. Boo Boos and Kitty. Hello, Boo Boos and Kitty. How are you? Somebody's awake, sort of. But somebody's tired. Yes. You didn't know what? How you doing? You doing okay? I'm being looked at. I have to clean myself up. You're a good kitty. Oh, I'm down. I'm out of here. All right. That's Boo Boo. So, and he has a fresh towel in his bed. And yes, that's one bed stacked on top of another. So it's like super plush today. Anyway, all right. Thank you, everybody. All right. So, and there's a storm coming through. And when I say a storm, I mean a storm with red. So it's coming through right now, and it looks like the worst of it just went through. So there'll be a little bit more rain, and I may need to brighten and darken the overload. Okay, I will. I'll get on with the readings now. Let's see, do I need to go down? There we go. That's better. All right. Questions. That is not my phone, I'm afraid. All right, so at 3 minutes, 30 seconds in, let's jump into the first question. Ooh, boy, these are the days, my friends. All right, so. Oh, this is classic. Oh, this is classic. And please tell the jury. Please, please, oh, please, oh, please tell the jury. Donald Trump says he can't attend the E. Jean Carroll trial. No, he can't attend it. Because it would cause traffic buildup. Carroll's lawyer says if Trump can go to a UFC fight and to an NRA meeting, he can get himself to New York and come to court. What will happen? He doesn't have to be there. But please tell the jury what he said. Thank you, Darren. He can't be there. It would cause traffic problems. He's just looking out for the little guy. He cares about bullpucky. He's a selfish, self-centered blankety blank and a coward. So what's going to happen? You scum of the earth, and I'm getting cards right off the top of the deck. People have had it with him. Feels like the judge has had it with him. Just people in general, the jurors, everybody has just had it with him. We've seen his games over and over. We've seen him get away with everything. Even people who are big MAGA supporters are getting tired of him specifically. Oh, isolated. Oh, sorry. I forgot my glasses. I can't read that. I forgot my glasses. By the way, when people do that, just so you're aware, when people who are capable of talking normally start doing the melted toddler hard to hear thing, oh no, I can't read that. I don't have my glasses. Or they talk slowly. That's passive aggressive. It is meant to frustrate you. It is meant to upset you. But you can't say anything because I was being nice. No, you weren't. You're being passive aggressive. And you're pathetic, Trump. So, just letting you know. Boy. Joyce Matthews says, no one even noticed when he came back to speak to Letitia James. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. John France says, the court should have an on-site optometrist. Mm-hmm. There's the king of wands himself. I'm busy. 8 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. 2 of Wands. Queen of Wands. Okay. This is the hard thing about reading on these jerks, especially people like Trump. The energy is atrocious. He is atrocious. He has no shame. And even if he knows what he did. Entertainment only YouTube. But he knows what he did. Whether he did or didn't, but he knows. So, as a thought experiment, let us assume for a moment that he is guilty, even though this is only a civil suit. Let us say for a moment he is guilty of what he is being accused of. He is now a spoiled brat, how many decades on? And this is all minor arcana. Do you know why this is all minor arcana? All this is minor arcana. It starts with Trump and it ends with a Queen of Wands. Because he doesn't think she's worth the trouble. What's the worst they're going to do? Find me? I have more important things to do. I am important. Can I send some written answers? Insult to injury. The card may not be here, but that's what he's thinking. That's what I'm getting. She was lucky to have me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Ms. Carroll report that what Trump said to her was, I'm going to ruin you for every other man? Yeah. Definitely did your best to try to ruin her. Because you are scum. Scum would be, scum would be an improvement for Trump. Yeah. So what's going to happen with the case? Because right here, she's not worth anything to him. And he has no shame. Kathy Lamson says he's afraid to face his accuser. Well, he is a coward. But there's also a matter of, to keep his tiny little blown glass ego intact, he cannot sit there and listen to people trying to hold him accountable for what he's done, allegedly. He can't sit there. Not if he can't yell, not if he can't lie, not if he can't. But just as much, she's dirt beneath his feet to him. Not worth his time. Oh, it'll snarl traffic. Just tell him that. Pathetic excuse, but Ricky says, I say suck it up, Buttercup. Yeah. So what's going to happen at the trial and whether this blankety blank is going to be there. Okay, I've got 6 cards and it feels like it wants to just keep going. Oh, there's a lot that's going to come out. Oh dear. See, there's a flaw in his calculations. Shocking. The flaw in Trump scumbag, Donald scumbag Trump, the flaw in his calculation is that what is said in court is going to be reported in public. Yes, I know it's terrible. Oh, it's just terrible. Oh, it's just terrible. I know. Oh, you are a kitty. You are just a precious. What do you think? You never hang out with me. You used to hang out, and now you don't want to be held. I don't know why. Is it me? I know I smell okay. I smell delightful. Oh dear. You're okay. He's like, but, oh, okay, let's not do an OnlyFans. Hi. Would you like back down? Okay. No OnlyFans. Plunk. Okay. A lot of cards here. A lot's going to come out. And Moss, I like your drink. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Just a homemade latte. Look at that justice card. Hello. Oh, glorious. 8 of Wands. It's what's going to come out in the media. So Mr. King of Wands here. 4 of Wands. 10 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. 3 of, yeah, I'm serious. The cards just go on and on and on, which is unusual. 3 of Swords. He did so much damage. 4 of Wands. He really thinks he's going to get through this. There's justice. And then aren't there supposed to be a couple of other women who are willing to testify against Trump? Women sticking together. Actually, it does feel like women sticking together, but I take that back. It's his base of power. It's the women in his base of power. Swords through the back. She's going to win. Carroll's going to win. But he's thinking, pay her. It'll be a judgment. It'll be money. Pay her. It's like, no, you don't understand. He thinks he's going to walk out of this just. Who cares? But this 3 of Swords, these legal swords through the heart. This jerk really honestly thinks he's going to skate through this whole thing. Like, it's a woman. Wants money, don't they all? I would not want to be alone in an elevator with this man. I wouldn't. So if I was stuck with this person in an elevator, that had stopped, I would be very concerned about my safety. I would be very much on edge. Let me see if I can get anything more. So from the other perspective, from the outside perspective, what's actually going to happen with reporting on this, with what it's going to do. Okay, I'm getting my energy out of Trump's delusions. Let's go back to reality, shall we? Oh, he's such a scumbag. He's so heinous. Okay. Mel Broussard says, I wouldn't get into an elevator with Trump without Secret Service protection for me. Yeah. It's going to be very emotional. Very moving. 3 of Wands. He just wants to Trump just wants to make more money. That's a waste of his time. Oh. And this is not going to change him. He's trying to make more money, and there are bigger legal problems he feels like he has to worry about. And he's just being beaten up for being him because you're a human crime scene generator. And this is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a whole lot of money. This isn't going to change him, and he's going to do everything he can to just blank it out. If he doesn't have to be there, he won't be. But I did get that. I mean, he has to show up on like the last day or testify. He's going to testify in his own defense. I know I'm taking a long time with this, but I think it's important. Judgment. Big old judgment. Going to sit up there under oath, you big blankety blank. 5 of Cups. Ace of Cups. Page of Wands. It's locker room talk. Boys will be boys. He couldn't get this to go away. Nothing's going to change with him. But she's going to win. She's going to win. And all this stuff, all this very emotional stuff is going to come out. Rose blue, yes, he needs to wear a yellow crime scene sash every day. Yuck. Sun. 5 of Wands, 9 of Cups. Yeah. All right. It's frustrating because we want him to be held accountable. We want him to be publicly shamed. But he won't be shamed. Not over a woman. Mel says Autumn needs an industrial-sized sage smudging for a reading on Trump. Maybe a 55-gallon drum of disinfectant, too. Yeah. Yeah. What? Anna says Nebraska just banned a woman for speaking out on gun laws they passed. She can no longer set foot at the Capitol freely. And Moss says, wow, he thought he would get away with this? Well, he has for decades. All right. Interesting. Has anybody heard any details? At 1930, my man X, 1930, Weisselberg was released from prison for good behavior. Really? See here, 1 second. Former Trump Organization chief financial former. They did get rid of him. Chief Financial Officer Alan Weisselberg was released from jail on Wednesday, according to the New York City Department of Correction records. He was in Rikers Island. Why? Good behavior, yes, but does the good behavior involve him flipping? His term began on January 10th. So March, April to February, March, April. 3 months, 10 days. So all of these headlines are saying that he was released, but they're not saying if that good behavior involved flipping like a pancake. Yes, Valley Sergeant, the SpaceX rocket, it went completely about 4 minutes off the pad, but it's not, according to them, it's not a waste of time. It was a very ambitious launch. There were 33 different engines on that, and no people. And they had to all be in sync, and something went wrong, but it didn't blow up on the pad, so it didn't blow up the pad. There wasn't anybody on it, and a very expensive lesson, I guess. So anyway, Weisselberg released from prison. Reset in 100 days. Oh yeah, good point. Weisselberg, flip. Well, you were moving the money around. And what do you mean, former? I thought he was still employed. Elizabeth Loera? Gotcha a deal, did ya? Oh, it was terrible in Rikers. I believe that. I believe it was terrible in Rikers. That's a moon card. Knight of Cups. World. 6 of Wands. He's really angry. Queen of Wands. He is really angry at the people who put him in prison for 100 days. Then don't do crimes, you moron. He was approached in feeling very vulnerable in there. And now that he's out, right now he's it just feels like right now he's just, all that fear is now turned to anger. I hope this guy gets some therapy. You don't get out of Rikers and, oh, nothing's wrong. It's kind of traumatic to be in Rikers. But right now, a lot of that has turned to anger. And he's swearing up and down. He's more faithful to Trump than ever. That's a point, Holly. Is a convicted felon allowed to be a CFO of a corporation in New York? Good point. Wait. What was that? Ricky says federal judge declines to excuse Trump from the case. Yes. Oh. Glorious. Yay. Ricky, Raw Story says U.S. District Judge Lewis Kaplan declined to excuse Donald J. Trump from a defamation trial brought up by author E. Jean Carroll. Tiger says Peter Steele had trouble in Rikers. When did he go to Rikers? I had no idea he was in Rikers. I never heard that. Hello, Sheila. But this feels like I'm not saying right now he's angry. All right. Right now he's He's seriously. They say that if you read novels growing up, you read a lot of novels, you gain a lot of empathy. You get a lot of emotional intelligence, because one of the things about reading novels is that you see things from other people's perspective. You really get immersed in a way that you might not even with movies, because you've got to make so much more effort to follow, and you're building these images in your head and what have you. Generally speaking, I like people who read. There are exceptions, but in general, if you're a big reader, chances are you've learned a few things. This guy, he never did that. So it's really, thank you, Larry. But he did get out after 100 days. Actually, might have been good behavior. But before I was getting him, once, because the anger is going to burn out. And then it's going to be the fear. The fear is going to set in of going back. Because Bragg said he isn't done. Ricky says, it's true. Peter Steele went to Rikers Island for a probation violation. Oh, bless. Oh, that whole family. It's like they were a family of Great Danes. Like they don't live long. It's very sad. Ace of Truth. Yeah, there's more. Once there's talk about him being charged with more stuff, that's when I think you're going to get an internal like collapse, emotional, mental like collapse of the bravado. But right now, Chariot, 9 of Cups. There's more evidence. Eight of Cups. Is that a page? Yeah, Page of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. They have more on him. And he needs to be the messenger. Family members whose freedom's on the line. So yeah, this is a this is an ongoing saga. I'm not getting an ultimate what's going to happen. I'm getting this emotional roller coaster that Weisselberg is on. You did this to yourself. Look. Do you see a single police officer coming to arrest me? Do you see the IRS breaking down my door? No. Because I don't lie and cheat. I don't lie, cheat, and steal. I have a quiet life. I work a lot, but I have a quiet life. It's not that hard. Anyway. Is it my man X100 or is it my Manx? I'm just curious. All right. Need to move it on. We're only on question number 3, but these are big. No, we have to go back. We've got to revisit 2930. We're going back. I know. Trump made me turn this car around. All right, 20, let's say 2945. Trump not excused. So how's that gonna go? He's gonna have to sit there the whole, does he have to sit there the whole time? Oh, please let me know. Kathy Ritchie says, but these are great questions. You guys bring good questions. Ricky says, best typo negative album, Bloody Kisses. Is that, it's been a while since I listened to the albums, as albums. I've heard the odd song here and there. Is that Black Number One? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Alexander Bellino says, Weisselberg lawyer I read, and CNN reported Seth Rosenberg, who is being paid by Trump org. Okay. Just Joanne says he does not have to go. October Rust, that was it. That's what I was thinking. October Rust, that wasn't this. It's been a while. Thank you, Tigers. Just Joanne, Ricky just report. Okay, hang on. Does Trump? Just Joanne says the judge won't say it is for the good of New York. Yes, Ricky. Christian woman, summer breeze. Yeah, it was good stuff. All right. Trump have to appear in E. Jean Carroll case. This is just saying 19 hours ago, Trump's attendance at the defamation trial against him would be a burden on the city. So he's saying he won't. So where did you see that, Ricky? So I'll just wait. Just Joanne. Yeah, I read on that when we first came in. All right. I'm just going to go on to 33. I'm going to go into Velda Ray's question. 33. All right. The appeals court temporarily blocked the House subpoena for Mark Pomerantz's testimony. Will Pomerantz eventually have to appear and testify? I am assuming this is the prosecutor who quit Bragg, and wrote a book, and then Jim Jordan is subpoenaing him. This is on the Raw story. Ricky, did this just happen? Mark Pomerantz, because Jim Jordan said you need to come and testify, and he said read the book. And a court temporarily blocked House subpoena for Mark Pomerantz's testimony. Okay, on the defensive. But that's on the right, on the defensive. Things aren't going so well for Jim Jordan and his ilk. All right, I'm getting a little confused. One person saying he has to be there. Someone else is convinced he doesn't. Kevin just said correct, but I don't know what that refers to, so I'm sorry. Corsmith says, yes, the book writer. Thank you. Oh, that must be the correct. Thank you. And Dr. Nancy says Tacopina said all that about the hassle coming to New York. Judge Kaplan said no. Midas said he could pass but his deposition could be read. I think you mean read throughout the trial, not ready. And then Anna says, judge ruled against Bragg. But that's not the case we're talking about. Fran says he appealed it and so did Bragg's this morning. Who is he? Okay. This is hysterical. All right. Okay, everybody. All right. Okay. I really want your help in the chat, but here's the thing. Do not use he, they, and if you have a URL, even if you can't post it because you're not a moderator, do you have a URL that is current, up to date? All right. So yeah, Rose, I'm confused too. Just and there's a lag. So I'd love your help, but we need to be really clear exactly what we're talking about. Pretend you're saying something that's going to be thrown in the middle of a different conversation. So you have to remind people what it's about. Okay. Ricky says it's on their website. Here's the headline. Federal judge declines to excuse Trump from the case. All right, let me check raw story. Lucky Girl says, I can't help, I'm feeding my kitty. Oh, the kitty. Blue Eyes is saying, what are we talking about? Kim Hawkins just said Bragg lost. Dr. Nancy says the Bragg case is being appealed. I wasn't talking about the Bragg case. Which one? All right. I'm just look. CC Ryder says appeals court blocks Pomerantz's testimony temporarily 5 hours ago. Yes, I read that in the question. It's what I said. All right, I'm backing up. I'm backing up. And I'm moving on to the next question because it's crazy. You'd think there was a massive eclipse square Pluto that just happened. And we're going into Mercury retrograde tomorrow. Alexander Bellino, yes, it is raining. It's raining cases. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Yeah. Okay. Kathy Thompson, no pronouns, please. Yes. It is. Spirit Watcher Suzanne. So much to keep track of. Yes. You're awesome, Ricky. Rose Blue says, pull a community card. Utilities. I want to buy the railroad. I want to buy the B&O railroad. All right. Pomerantz. 3830. You guys are funny. All right. The appeals court temporarily blocked House subpoena for Mark Pomerantz's testimony. Will Pomerantz eventually have to appear and testify? I'm just. Oh my God. Okay. This. This is a lovely back of a card. Oh, he's on the defense. Jordan and his ilk are on the defensive. Okay. Oh. King of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. Moon. Six of Swords. What this says is, it just got brighter in here again. So let me turn this down. What this is saying is somebody has the power to be making decisions about this. And Jordan and his ilk are not going to give up. Here's some chaos. This is him having to travel. But I don't think he's going to be happy about it. And I don't think he's going to be the most forthcoming person. So, Tris, it is just a big latte, big homemade latte. It's just coffee and non-dairy milk and a little bit of sweetener and there's little frother things. That's it. Oh my gosh. Cam Hawkins is drinking iced tea. Yum. Darren says B&O Railroad still available on the board game Monopoly. That's why I said it. Yes. Kelly says, yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas. Okay. All right. Moving on to Glenn's question at 41. Please read about Jack Smith's state of mind, mood, and well-being. A positive look at our champions of democracy. Oh, I'm sure I'll read on him. Generally, what I've gotten on him in the past is he is doing his thing, and he's tough as nails. Don't forget he does triathlons. Yeah. He has a daughter who I've seen a picture of him with his daughter. It looks like he just absolutely loves her. He's been married for quite a while. Yeah. Seems supportive of his wife. Yeah. They have to keep a lot of stuff hidden, though. I mean, we're still not even sure about when his birthday is. There are guesses out there, but they're kind of all over the map. King of Cups. He's a guy. Seems decent sort. Eight of Cups. Very much a go-getter. Temperance. Eight of Cups, Temperance, Lovers, fighting the good fight. Nine of Cups, Four of Pentacles. He's gonna get his man or woman or whatever it is. It's gathering evidence, Temperance, buy the book, make it clear, but make it stick, because he's going against the essentially the cult members, the people who believe that I mean, I am going to trespass on some people's beliefs, but the Adam and Eve story is not literally what happened. I mean, we weren't there, but mitochondrial Eve, this ain't it. This is not what really happened. But there are people who swear up and down that the earth is 6,000 years old and it's flat. And this is literally what happened. And his job is to very carefully gather evidence, lay it out beautifully, so that these people cannot fall back on jargon and, well, Trump should be president. Trump shouldn't get in trouble for having top secret documents because he was the president, therefore rules don't apply to him. He's having to very carefully organize all this information to cleave all of these people from this. Oh, I'm calling for executive privilege. You can't do that. It's been ruled against. And then they just say, no, I'm using executive privilege. No, the court has already ruled you can't do that. Well, I'm doing it anyway. That's what, yeah. Ricky says, I think Jack Smith is making Trump sweat off a few pounds before the indictment is handed down. Could be. Yeah. So he's doing his job. He's working his way through, above board by the book. He's I don't know if he's the oldest child or if he's the oldest boy. Some families, you can even be the second or third child, but if you're the first boy, you get treated like a first child. But that whole first child pressure and go-getting, and I get a lot of that energy off of him. So Lilibel says, if the June 5th, 1969 date of birth is correct, he has Saturn square Mercury, started the beginning of April 2023, will last until January of 2024. Saturn, if that is correct, he has Saturn in the sky square Mercury in his chart. And what do you think that will do, please? All right, but well, perhaps if you get a chance to answer, that would be awesome. Transit, okay. Oh, Mike Lindell. Oh, I have not missed you one bit, but sure. 4630. Mike Lindell has been ordered to follow through with the $5 million payment to the expert who debunked his false election data. Whoops. He hired someone and offered to pay $5 million to prove that the election was rigged and all this kind of stuff. And the guy, no, it wasn't. And so Mike Lindell was all up in his feelings and was like, well, I'm not paying you. And the guy said, I'm taking you to court. And yeah, Mike Lindell has been ordered to follow through and pay the guy $5 million. Even though he debunked Lindell's pet data. So is Lindell actually going to pay the money? Sherlock Holmes says Saturn square Mercury could mean weighty things on one's mind. Oh, certainly. He's got weighty things on his mind. Two of Cups. Partnership. Five of Wands. Emperor. Lindell is... Lindell, it feels like, his entire mental state, he's about an inch deep. He's just you are a small, sad, pathetic man. If there was an agreement to pay, then you have to pay. So he'll pay. It sets back, Lindell, the emperor, because everybody is spending his money. All they have to do is say what he wants them to say. But this guy didn't do that. So insult to injury. Well, then I'm not. How dare you? You're wrong. I'm not paying you. And I'm just going to go off into my unsubstantiated claiming way. And this is the Nine of Pentacles sitting pretty, where the other guy's like, pay me my money and you never have to see me again. I think Lindell's going to pay up. I don't think he's going to risk the ire of the court too much on this. Oh, boy. Steve Buckingham says if it would, according to law, if he doesn't pay, there would be a warrant out on Lindell and he'd be taken in. But we all know the law doesn't affect these guys. Oh, maybe. Jeanette Carpenter's asking better question. Does Lindell actually have the money? Kathy Lamson says, is Jack that old? 1969, huh? That's 2 years older than me. Wow, is Jack that old? Oh my gosh. Oh, all right. Let's read a bit more on Lindell. 50-30. Oh, the whole stream was just a disaster. Lindell, do you have the money? I don't know if he's on drugs. I just gone back on drugs. I hope not. I'm not going to read on that specifically. Oh. Okay. Lindell, do you have the money to pay the $5 million? 5115. Kevin, that's true. If you need to catch Mike, just stake out the Hardys. Thief card. Everyone around him is just taking money out of his pockets. As long as they just say, I agree with you. Absolutely. It was stolen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mike, absolutely. And he'll pay whatever they need. Come on my channel. Oh my gosh. King of Cups. Star. 10 of Wands. Queen of Cups. 10 of Pentacles. Do you have the money? There's a strain. He does still have some money, but the rate he's spending it, because he's not gaining market share. Is he married? Yeah. He's got a lot of spotlights on him. He's burdened by his own far-right conspiracy garbage. He does have some money for now, but he could very well end up with second and third mortgages on the house if he keeps headed down this road. Callie J says Dominion's coming for Lindell too. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Blue Eyes. So then it would be Dr. Nancy says, according to CNN, Lindell and others are being sued by Dominion for $1.3 million. I was going to look at that tomorrow. I've actually got a list of all the people Dominion's going after, and then a list of all the people Smartmatic is going after. I thought I would look at that tomorrow. All right, 54 and a bit. 54.15. Okay. North Carolina is passing legislation to lure Disney to move there from Florida. Disney is going to, it's not Disney. Florida is going to be slightly underwater more and more over the coming decades. They might want to keep an eye on other states just in case. So North Carolina, are you going to lure Disney out of Florida? Because Disney in Florida, they can outlast DeSantis, but that doesn't mean their problems are going to end when DeSantis is gone. Eight of Cups. That's quite an offer. Six of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Knight of Cups. No, Knight of Pentacles. Sorry. Knight of Cups. Hermit. They're looking at it. I don't think they're going to go now, but they're definitely keeping their options open. But yeah, it feels like North Carolina offered them a pretty good deal. And since Florida is turned into just a mess to deal with, other people coming in going, hey, and they'll look at it closely. And the thing is it's not like you could up and move Disney World. Just, okay, next week we're going to move Disney World. It wouldn't be that. They'd probably build something smaller and see how it goes, and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, Weezy Squeeze Box. The coastline will be shrinking in Florida. Yes. All right. So at 56:45, Kevin McCarthy and Matt Gaetz. Really? That's where we're going. Kevin McCarthy added Matt Gaetz's plan to force Medicaid recipients to work a certain amount of hours a month to keep their health coverage to his debt ceiling relief bill. Will this pass? Well, in general, no, because it won't be able to get past the Senate and Joe Biden. But we could definitely have a look at the, is it June 15th, I believe, is when it's kind of the last, if they come up with kind of an agreement by then or risk a default. They have a wish list of things. McCarthy has a wish list of things he wants, and it's ridiculous. And Biden doesn't have to play ball. He's been someone who will work with other legislators. He's done that for decades. So he's more willing to at least look at what these people are offering. But he's not actually under any pressure. Well, not pressure. He's under pressure, but he's not really under any panic to make all these concessions for McCarthy. Why? McCarthy, you're really going to default? No, he's not really going to default. Oh, they must work. Eight of Pentacles, the card of working. Yes. All those 8-year-old welfare queens. Yeah. And yes, and disabled people or people working 3 jobs who still can't afford health insurance. Oh yeah, just living off the system, high on the hog. 2 of Wands, far right communication, a bunch of junk. 4 of Pentacles. What planet do these people live on? That's America. A lot of people hurting. No, Uncle Joe and the Senate Democrats, they're going to do the right thing. They'll stand in the way. The amount of harm that these jerks would do for their talking point and their paranoia about somebody getting something that better than them or getting something for nothing. Who cares? There will be a certain amount of fraud in any system, and just look at the PPP. Look at EmptyG. Did she really need that money? Probably not. Am I all bent out of shape about it? No. All these poor people who need help. Bless you. So I think we'll be okay. Yeah, Ricky, that bill will be DOA in the Senate. Yeah. By the way, DOA, great movie. Sorry, I get these notifications, and I'm just trying to keep an eye on the weather and any news that's popping up. Pearl Jam just announced a limited 2023 tour, stopping in only 5 cities, and Chicago is one of them. Yay? I don't care. The thing I like best about Pearl Jam was actually Adam Levine's wheel of impersonations on The Tonight Show, where he had to do the Muffin Man, but sing in the style of Eddie Vedder. It was awesome. Check it out on YouTube. Seriously, it was hysterical. All right. But that was that. Yeah, and Kevin McCarthy and Matt Gaetz can go flip and whistle. Okay, Velda Ray was asking about George Santos. Oh, how much conning could a con man do? If a con man could get away with conning. George Santos is filed and is running for re-election. Will he win? I would guess no. PPE money. Thank you, Linda Johnson. Thank you. Oh, Hellflower Winters, I hope you feel better. Rose Bruce says, what did that child do today? Yeah. Strength. He's being quieted down. Yeah. 10 of Wands. Knight of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Death card. You're done. Oh, and you're going to be arrested eventually for some kind of con. That's entertainment only YouTube, but that's what that feels like. He's burdened by his own lies. Someone is going to run against him who actually is a Democrat, who actually is a decent human being, or much better, which wouldn't be difficult. He's still on the big con, the big grift, and this is this is the law knocking on his door and a big old death card. You're done here, son. You're done. Not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest Adam Levine fan. I don't know, I'm just not big on the cheaty bastards of the world. But that's me. But that thing he did on the Tonight Show was hysterical. I like the wheel of impersonations on that show. It's very good. All right, 104. All right, this is 2 questions. 104. 15. Sinema and Joe Manchin are having problems attracting small donors to their re-election campaigns. Aw. Has Sinema alienated herself from regular voters? They're going to get one, and we'll look at the other. Krysten Sinema, come on down. Oh, look, the sitting pretty pentacle card that is Krysten Sinema. Have you alienated yourself from the regular voters? Because right now she's become an independent, hoping to split the Democratic vote and get herself in. How's it going to go? You're going to just won over all those voters, just enough to put you back in grift central. Oh, yeah, well, you've got money for a campaign. All I have to do is just rake it in from corporate donors. Yeah, and Sinema has alienated herself from most of the people who got her elected because she sold them out. Exactly. Exactly. The Star. 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, the small donors are like, I'm not giving you a dime. Hanged Man. Tower. Queen of Pentacles. Well, she will find a way to make money, but considering I've got 2 major arcana here in the middle of not enough, well, this is minor arcana, not enough money, then I've got hung up by your heels next to the Tower, I'd say she's going to lose. She will go on to get some job somewhere, and who cares, as long as she's out of power. Bye. Yeah, this does not look good for you. And so, Joe Manchin, a little more complicated, because West Virginia tends to be a very red state. Don't ask me why. I don't get it. Don't understand why these people vote against their own interests. At 107.15. Okay, 107.15 has Manchin alienated himself from regular voters. So how's it going to go for him? Joe Manchin. Oh, he does not want to give up power. This is baked into his identity. Him and his family, and etc., etc., etc. It feels like the Manchin plays hardball to stay in power. And I need to make this brighter because I can't actually see the cards that well. It's kind of dark. All right, there. Manchin. Joe Manchin. Thief card. Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, World, 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. I would think the likelihood of a Democrat being able to overtake Joe Manchin would be very unlikely. And he's certainly in a position with money and backing from corporations, super wealthy. But this is a big ending, new blood. His hopes right next to you're fine here, but once you've got the end of chapter, end of book, end of the way things have been, and you've got an electoral silence followed by very, very happy Democrats. I hope we can get a real Democrat in instead of him, but I think it depends on who. I think there's a possibility if somebody particularly good ran against him. There are enough people in West Virginia who are sick of Manchin's it's not double dealing. It's just his skewed priorities. Let's put it that way. 5 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. Hierophant. See, I've got on the right, they want to get Manchin on their side. They have a plan, but it still ends up with a 9 of Cups, which is good for Democrats. How many more readings do I have to do here that are saying the same thing? All right. Well, let's hope. Let's hope. All right. What else can I get in here today? I want to make sure I get to this one question. So I'm going to jump. Well, I've only got 2 left. No, 3. Oh, Alexandra, thank you. Just a reminder how grateful we are for you. Thank you. That makes a huge difference. Thank you. Okay, I've got 3 questions. Okay. Thank you. What division? 112. So it took a while, but indictments are finally happening for the tiki-torch carriers in the 2017 Charlottesville rally. Let me do a search here. I'll let this run while I'm reading. All right, so I'll let that run while I read on this. All right, so at 112:45. So it took a while, but indictments are finally happening for the tiki-torch carriers in 2017. Basically, there are laws in place about protesting with fire that apparently makes it a felony. So, will justice finally be served on this? Because if you have to go to prison for a while, I guess it's your job. They're going to replace you. Two of Swords. Boneheaded decisions. That's high on the list. Yeah, I think it is safe to say that deciding to be in a pro-moron rally is high on the list of dumb ideas. Page of Pentacles. Well, I was just going along with my friend, and yeah, and doing something really stupid and illegal. And this is aggressive law enforcement. And there's the 10 of Pentacles. There's the 6 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. So they may get some help from some really nasty organizations around the country, but this is a card of going to court, going to prison. This is a hoping that someone's going to help pay their legal fees. Yeah. Do I have nothing shown up yet? I don't know where I put that thing. That's where I was hoping it would find it for me. Just 1 second. Graphics. And 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. Just a second. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. All right. Well, then I can't show you. Oh, yes, I can. Instagram. All right. Hang on. I've shown this picture before, but I want to show it to anybody who hasn't seen it before. At the time, I made a graphic. Not now. And yes, there it is. I see it. Okay. This is the graphic I made. So, brand, hide, share screen. Yeah, right around that time, I made I made this graphic. Yes. Little pumpkin cupcakes. Little pumpkin cupcake candles with their tiki torches. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but yeah. I added all of these candles all the way in the back and different sizes and darkened some and lightened some. And yeah, big tough guys. Pumpkin cupcake candles. Yeah. Big tough guys. I think I also, I made that one. And I think there's one more. No. Yeah, there's the disgusting reality of these losers and the what really happened. So, yeah. Anyway, I wanted to share that. Ding. Stop screen. Comments. Oh, I'm glad you guys liked it. Oh, good. Oh, good. Because it was a bit of a long walk to get there. All right. So these idiots. Let me see if there's any more information on these idiots. Justice card. Sucks to be you. 10 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups. It's on film. It was on your social media at the time. There's everything's laid out. We don't put up with this. TikTok. Ding, ding, ding. Pring. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Maybe anti-Semitism is sick and wrong. Did you think about that? Oh, Miss Lady, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay. Velda Ray had a question about EmptyG at 1:19:30. EmptyG blew up a hearing of the House Homeland Security Committee on Wednesday when she called Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas a liar, very loudly, might I add, and blamed him for fentanyl deaths around the country. Yes, he personally was walking around an outburst that violates House rules about impugning the character of a witness. The tirade forced Republican Chairman Mark Green, a Republican of Tennessee, to shut down her questioning and bar her from speaking for the rest of the hearing. Glorious quiet. And Anne says it was a violation of decorum. She is a violation of decorum. She herself is a walking, unfortunately talking. Oh my gosh, what is that? Don't do that. There's no happy medium today with this lighting. All right, I'll just do that. So the question is that in the aftermath, members of her own party are calling for her to be booted altogether from the committee. Will it happen? Oh, please. Because they're tired of her tirades and her running around screaming in people's faces, demanding to speak to their manager. It doesn't contribute anything. You bully. You're just an obnoxious, pathetic, ugly bully. And I don't mean ugly on the outside. I mean ugly on the inside. Far-right communication. Anne says that appointment was one of the perks she got for supporting McCarthy. True. 5 of Cups. Trying to kick down the... she did kick a woman on the sidewalk repeatedly. Just throwing that, reminding everybody, kicking things down. That's her thing. And then suddenly she's on the defensive. Star. When she comes in, she has to be the center, the loudest. She has a right to be there. It actually feels like the other Republicans are like, you know what? I need to show my constituents back home that I'm working, that I'm accomplishing things for them. And her swanning in here and making a mockery of this place is hurting my re-election chances. But are they willing to stand up against her? Really? That's the rub. Whether it is nobler in the mind to face the slings and arrows of outrageous MAGA voters. Ms. Lady says she went on to complain to McCarthy he will save her. Ugh, thank you. 5 of Wands. Actually, it feels like on the really far right people, some of the more moderate Republicans are getting sick of it because they're seeing their polling numbers. Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Hermit. It almost feels like she's able to contribute, but I know this wouldn't be the case. So this must be a metaphor, but I'm getting a very strong mental image of her having to submit written questions, which they wouldn't do. But that's the mental image I'm getting. Oh, she can speak, but she needs to... It has to be a way toned down, which isolates her and frustrates her because she cannot go in there and bully, which is what she lives for. So that doesn't make sense to me, but I'm guessing it's some kind of metaphor of them trying to find some way around. But yeah, she's feeling much less popular amongst the other Republicans. So. All right, and Last question of the day. Oma Sheila the Quilter was asking this morning. At 1:25. So Oma was saying that NASA has predicted a solar storm strike will hit the Earth on April 20th. Okay. New theory, I don't know who that is, I'm afraid. New theory claims solar storms could cause the end of the world on April 23rd, 2023. Nah. No, the end of the world, something will happen with the sun, and 8.5 minutes later, we'll see it go funny. That's end of the world. When it starts expanding, as it, and which it's not supposed to do for how many, like a couple of billion years? Yeah. But the sun will eventually burn out. It's going to turn into a red giant. And it's actually going to expand beyond where we are. So it's going to, by then, I honestly think we will be able to like move planets out. I think we will have the technology, is my guess. I've always seen us out in space doing amazing things. But where we are right now, oh yeah, this will, where we're not, the whole thing is actually moving, but relatively where we are now in relation to the sun, yeah, this will be inside the sun, but a long time. For now, solar flares, yeah, man, we have a few years to go before the sun becomes a red giant. Yeah. Lilibel says my Amex bill is due 4/23. I know. I just restocked my little mini kitchen area up here from the basement. So anyway, will something happen? What it claims is that a massive solar flare could cause severe technological disruptions. That's possible, but I don't think this is. I mean, we're not immune to solar flare disruptions. But at the same time, we're going to be okay. We really are. Kathy Delisle, thanks for the fish. Thanks for all the fish. Where are those two mice? 4 of Wands. Vacation, retirement, relaxing. That's true, and there's always a possibility of the Vogons making the pan-galactic highway. Oh, wow. King of Pentacles. We're going to be okay. And I please don't think I'm making fun of anybody who's asked about this or is wondering about this. I'm laughing because what else can you do? There are some things we can't control, but there's also, I also feel like I disappoint some people sometimes because they come and they not this, but they'll ask about all kinds of other, theories and plots and all this stuff, and I have to tell them, and I pull cards and I get, no, people have got stuff to do, and there's, I kind of, apparently I disappoint some people who want to hear that all this stuff is, this outlandish stuff is true, and I just don't pick up on that. So. Marie Sutton says, didn't the SpaceX rocket blow up today? Maybe something to this? No, I think that's more the fact that it was one of the most ambitious rocket launches in history because there were 33 engines that all had to be timed precisely. So, yeah, I wouldn't stress. about it. There are some safeguards in place for some of the satellites. The sun could be kind of brutal, but we'll be okay. Yeah, and down here, I mean, this is stuff that's in place, and then we're fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. If you're so yes, pay your Amex bill. Pay your credit card bill this month. Seriously. Because there's going to be a next month. And there's going to be a month after that. And there's going to be a month after that. It's just going to keep going. That darn sun's just going to keep rising and setting. So anyway. All right, it's 1:40 p.m. here in Chicago. That is going to do it for me for today. I read on all the questions that you gave me, and some I found in the news, and we're good to go. So at 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel doing Creative Sprints. You're always welcome. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. Tomorrow, the 20th. And the monthly Patreon social is a week from Saturday. So it's not this Saturday. Just letting you know. All right. Thank you. Thank you. And I will see you right back here tomorrow. You are not alone. We are in this together. And there are good days ahead. There are. All right. Take care.